Probably one of the most surprising announcements of E3 so far was Shenmue III. Shenmue 3 was actually announced during the Sony press conference and left some people in the crowd in tears. Surprisingly enough, Shenmue 3 was not going to be a traditional release. Shenmue 3 is actually being announced as a Kickstarter project. Shenmue 3 has actually raised its entire goal of $2 million within one day of going up. So that shows you how much the fans were really appreciating that this game is finally coming out. The last Shenmue title that we've seen was Shenmue 2 back in 2001 for the Dreamcast, and the Dreamcast no longer exists, so to see another title for Shenmue to come out after the whole Dreamcast is gone situation, it was a surprise to everybody. Nobody expected this. This was shown at the Sony press conference again, and this was probably one of the biggest announcements because it was so surprising. What I'm hoping for from this game is a lot more of what was seen before with a lot of the mini games that you could do in the town and just basically all the activities that you are allowed to do in general. Shenmue is just a game that's revolved around activities that you can do during the free roaming. While you're free roaming in the town, you have limitless activities you can do, and it's already been claimed by the developers themselves on their Kickstarter that there's going to be even more things to do in this game, and they also improved the combat system, which is also a very good change to the title. So I'm really excited for this title. I hope that it comes out very soon, or not too soon. I hope that it comes out in a reasonable time, I'll say. How about that? And I hope that this game is going to be living up to everybody's expectations, because this was a really surprising announcement. I don't know how much I can stress that, you know. This was one of the first things that I've actually seen people legitimately cry over in the audience in an E3 conference. Like, sometimes they have, you know, their little things that they do, but this was legit, and I feel like this game is going to be amazing. The game is set to release at some point for the PC and the PS4, and the game is said to also appeal to previous customers who played Shenmue 1 and 2, as well as newcomers. So it's interesting to see what they'll be doing with the series, but the storyline is a true successor to Shenmue 2 storyline, so I'm very excited to see how this story is going to progress from here on out.
Kingdom Hearts 3. This is a game that's been a long time coming, one that all of us have been waiting for with bated breath. It's Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Finally, E3 delights us with that much-awaited mobile app that, well, oh, who am I kidding? Screw that app. I want a Kingdom Hearts 3. And finally, we get some more news about the end of the Xehanort saga, and what a beautiful end it seems to be. From the trailer shown at E3, we got a glimpse into the major graphical overhaul that is Kingdom Hearts 3, and quite frankly, it's about time too, seeing as how this is going to be the first time the gang has stepped into the true HD night vision that is next gen, along with the new worlds which look absolutely stunning. Hopefully, some old worlds make a return to step into the HD light. We also got a look at some of Sora's new powers, such as the dual-wielded pistols, which could be some sort of new wisdom form, and a Pegasus-driven chariot to charge up and down the battlefield to run down Heartless, along with the Big Thunder Mountain power, which, who knows, maybe Sora's new powers will be based off the Disney attractions. That could be pretty cool. However, at the end of the day, Square is still being Square, and is in the shadows with pretty much everything about their next installment into the series. So, only time will tell what the Keyblade-wielding warrior has in store for us next. I, for one, can't wait.
In 2009, we had an amazing game shown by the team who made Ico and Shadow of Colossus, two amazing games of the last era from PS2. They made a title called The Last Guardian. The last time it was shown was in 2009 of E3. From that point on, no other footage was shown of the game, and we almost thought that the game was never going to come out. In fact, people had rumored it almost as much as Half-Life 3 is rumored to never come out. which was also not shown at E3. Fortunately though, The Last Guardian was shown at E3 in fact, and it is slated to come out next year for the PlayStation 4. Let's hope that it does have a real announcement and a real release this time, as opposed to our initial announcement for the PlayStation 3. Fumito Ueda, the creator of this title, actually finally came out and announced the reason as to why the game was delayed for so long. The reason behind it was because the game was actually too powerful for the PlayStation 3 system. The initial version that they shown during E3 of 2009 was actually a kind of spiced up version that was shown on stronger hardware than the PlayStation 3. So the actual game was not being shown on, in real time for a PlayStation 3 system, but hopefully, the version that we seen this year was actually PlayStation 4 footage, and this is what we'll be getting as the final product, and hopefully we don't have the same things reoccur this time. So the best thing we can do right now is hope for the title to finally come out, and hopefully I'll play it by this time next year.
Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. Now, this next one is a bit of an odd beast, so bear with me. It's a crossover game in which the main character crosses over with himself, in which the crossover game stars two main characters crossing over with each other. Confused? Good, because this is the awesomeness that is the newest Nintendo game. I'm talking about Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. This game was a complete surprise by Nintendo at this year's E3. It combines the greatness that is the successor to the original Super Mario RPG, the Mario & Luigi Saga, with the quirkiness that is the 2D lovable plumber, Paper Mario. Now, this isn't just a crossover game where you go back and forth between the two games to come to one eventual conclusion. No. This is quite literally a crossover. You control two versions of Mario, and the games combine their unique partner-influenced combat from Mario & Luigi with that of the new Sticker Star style of combat from Paper Mario. Try saying that 3 times fast. Not much else is known on the story of this game, but I can say for sure, playing through all of the games firsthand associated in the crossover title, that is the one wild ride with many more stifled laughs to myself. Only thing left to do is to decide which franchise this goes into. Mario & Luigi or Paper Mario? Or Paper Mario or Mario & Luigi? Mario or Luigi Mario? Luigi Mario? Mario Luigi? Mario Paper Luigi?
With the announcement of Gears of War 4 and Gears of War Remastered, or otherwise known as Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which is also coming out for the PC and Xbox One, I'm really not sure which one I'm more excited about. You see, I've came from being a PC gamer originally to becoming an Xbox gamer, because I played Gears of War more than probably any other game on my Xbox 360. I've played through every single title in the franchise, and it's a very good series to play when you play competitively or even just with friends. It's a good title for not only its campaign but also its multiplayer modes, and after the series kind of fell off with Gears of War Judgment, I kind of did want to see the series go back to its roots with something that wasn't a spin-off. So to see Gears of War 4 come out, it's an interesting thing because it doesn't seem like you'll be using the same characters from the previous game. It seems like they'll be taking on a new story, and also it seems like there's a couple of new mechanics shown in the game. With the new company founded by Rod Ferguson, The Coalition, in a documentary he explained that they were making the change in order to, feed towards the fans of Gears of War. They're trying to make this new company in order to improve the Gears of War franchise and focus strictly on Gears of War and improving the title as a franchise for the future. So it's interesting to see what they may be doing with this title in the future, and I'm glad to see that the game is coming back to PC again, because the main reason I came to Xbox 360 was because they only released the first game on PC and then they kind of stopped there, just like Halo. So hopefully we may see Gears of War 4 PC as well, and maybe even Gears of War 2 and 3. Gears of War 4 is slated to come out sometime next year during the holidays, and Gears of War Ultimate Edition is slated to come out August 25th of 2015.
Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes.
Totem time, totem time, totem time! It's the Legend of Zelda totem time!
Okay. It's the Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, and quite frankly, it looks super fun. Finally, I have a reason to go and dust off my 3DS's friends list and play a game that we can all enjoy. Nintendo bringing Links back to the 3DS again, but this time he brought back his colorful friends. This iteration into the Swords genre of Zelda offers 3-player local and online co-op to go dungeon diving, solving puzzles, and slicing your way through all of Hyrule together. This time, it's all about teamwork though, as players can send out messages that scroll across the screen so that other players know what's up and can join together to get the business done, such as getting to higher places, solving puzzles, or taking down a taller boss or two. Also, Nintendo has shown that Link very much enjoys to be fashionable these days, as showed off in the trailer that Link can now wear different outfits that give him special abilities. There's also a PvP mode in which specific materials for clothes can only be gained in there. Though, I'd much rather just do the co-op story and not much for PvP. I mean, maybe once or twice I want to stab one of my friends, but that's neither here nor there. And don't worry if you have little to no friends like myself. There's always single player mode in which 2 creepy dolls join you to help you not sleep at night. Now, whatever happened to that 4th Link, I wonder?
Rise of the Tomb Raider is a title that's coming out for the Xbox One, and it's kind of if and or not with a exclusivity deal. It's kind of basically Microsoft is trying to say that they have an exclusivity deal, but they're not saying how long it may be, so it's pretty much a time exclusive at this point in time, and nobody really knows when it will not be longer an exclusive. Unfortunately, I don't have an Xbox One, so I probably won't be picking up this title when it releases, but if it does release on any of these other systems, then I will be playing it myself. The game continues where the last game left off, and while not much is known about the story itself and how long in the future it is, it's a very good looking title, I will say myself. I'm not sure if these are exactly direct captured footage of what it will look like on the Xbox One, but from what we've seen at E3, it was a very beautiful game, and I'd love to see it on, maybe PC or something like that, just to see how good this game can look, because it looked really good. From character models to the environment itself, this game looked amazing from basically top down, so if I can't get it on any other system, I'll play it when I get an Xbox One. Rise of the Tomb Raider is slated to release November 10th of 2015, and I really hope to play this game because it looks amazing, and I loved the last Tomb Raider game, just because it was just a different kind of, feeling for a Tomb Raider game, and it seems like this is going to be carried over into this one, and with a lot more activities to do, as well as different things in the wildlife as well, from what I've seen. So it's going to be a very interesting game, and I will be playing it whenever I get my hands on it, you can believe that.
For Honor. Ubisoft pretty much had a bunch of surprises this year at E3. They pretty much came back into my good graces with all of their unveilings. One of which being their 4v4 sword player, melee, third-person action shooter titled For Honor. In For Honor, you get to choose to either be a Viking, a knight, or a samurai, and I've got to say, from the demo shown, this game is brutally delicious. It is a very strategic game with time blocks and strikes which, if timed improperly, can see you saying goodbye to your head in an instant. It doesn't hold your hand in any way, and the fights are not simply just one-on-one. You could end up facing off against a whole team, having to keep your head on a swivel so as not to lose it. It reminds me of the great PS1 title, Bushido Blade. Ah, the golden years of gaming. How I love thee. It's also reminiscent of a MOBA in which you have many smaller minions on the field charging to capture points, and you can stay within them and level yourself up to help the team, or go all out and try some head lopping. Not LARPing, lopping. Big difference. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. So gather up your team now and break out the Wheatstone. It's time to battle.
But you're far from winning the war. And that's a match. For more info or to be amongst the first to play, visit forhonorgame.com.
At E3 during the Sony press conference as well, Guerrilla Games announced a new IP that they were going to be showing off, and a lot of people thought maybe they were just going to be showing a new, Red Faction or Killzone or, one of their big franchises, but apparently they've been working on Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a new PS4 game that's going to be coming out, which looks absolutely amazing. It's sort of like a futuristic game in which you're fighting like robot dinosaurs. It looks crazy. Like it's one of the craziest games I've seen, but I'm interested in the setting. The setting is what really draws me to the game, but not only the setting, the actual world looks amazing, as well as the characters, animations, everything. But this isn't very, surprising for Guerrilla Games. That's kind of their big niche for their games. They love their massive details and massive worlds. So hopefully this game is, not very linear or anything like that, like the previous Killzone games were, but it seems like it's going to be like an open world game. We haven't known much yet. I don't know if I'll be able to find more information on it, but from what I've seen from E3, that game blew me away when I first seen it, and I wanted that in my hands right now, inside of my PS4, and preloaded so that I can play it every morning I wake up, because it just looks like one of those kind of games I'll be playing from start to finish. So that's, there's not much else I can talk about this game, because I don't know much about this game, but I will be finding out more about this game. I will be, because it's at the top of my list right now. It's almost above everything else right now. Horizon Zero Dawn also, though, unfortunately does not have a release date yet, so nothing yet. Maybe we'll see something throughout the year. Let's hope that I don't have to wait another E3 before I see more about this game. But if I have to wait to be able to play it, and that means that the game will be a lot better when it finally releases, then that's fine by me.
And I will be ready.
Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Uncharted 4. Sony brings it back home by the end of their turn in the spotlight, and what a way it was to end it. This really does seem to be Nathan Drake's last chapter, especially since he was frozen in time during the demo they showed off. I mean, come on guys, you make this big stink and then you guys screw up the demo again? Like really guys? First he falls through the map and then this demo he gets stuck in the crowd.
Step your game up,
guys. Seriously.
Marcus, ESP.
But seriously, the demo looked amazing and showed us that this game is going to be the biggest Uncharted yet, as we see a car chase running from a huge armored truck raining down bullets on Drake and Sully, turning it from Uncharted 4: A Thief's End into Uncharted 4: A Bullet Hell. During the car chase, however, it seemed that players may get to traverse around freely to get into the destination that is set, meaning that the world, although not open sandbox style to us, is still slightly ajar for some exploration. I welcome this, as sometimes with open world games you can get lost in them doing side quest after side quest, getting sidetracked from the overall main story, which games like Fallout, they serve that purpose well, but Uncharted has a very specific story being told, and giving us a not too linear path gives it a breath of fresh air for gameplay and story wise. Although this is the last chapter of our hero Nathan Drake, and we will all shed one final tear as we jump the proverbial shark and bring it all home with the new massive set pieces and drama that the series is known for. From what was given to us at E3, I'm sure that this is one end to a great series that will leave us with a smile on our face, tears in our eyes, and a Subway sandwich in each of our hands.